because it's the Motorhead one. And bow down to the
game.
So what I'm saying is you should do that song in your cover band. Just do all wrestling
rehearsals
things.
tomorrow, so we can
Not
discuss it. We can discuss it tomorrow during rehearsal.
There you go. Gotta discuss the set list. Yeah, do a little some wrestling themes. Do some Beverly Hills Cop soundtrack.
The heat is on. The heat is on.
The heat is on. I bet you every time I remember one of these great songs that's upbeat and it's fast, I think there's going to be a female cover version that's very slow, attached to a trailer within 4 months.
And like in a minor key.
A big inferno, an inferno in the background. The heat is, and then a really long pause. On. As the title is plastered on the fucking screen. I went to the movies today. There's too many. I never thought I would say this. There's too many fucking trailers, man.
There are a lot.
There's too many previews.
It's about a good 20-minute wait now.
Yeah, it really is. It's 15 at least. I've started timing them, and what's the worst is you watch 3-4 trailers and you're like, that was good. Some of those movies didn't look entertaining, but that's a good number of trailers, and it goes to black, and you're thinking this is the perfect rhythm and momentum to ease into the movie. And no, that green, the following previews, fuck yeah, damn it. And then they even back it up with 2 more after that, and it's like, you're just getting ridiculous. You're getting ridiculous. No one's gonna go see these movies. No one's gonna go see them.
I feel like you really notice it and you really get hit with it when you go see a couple of movies that release around. I just bit my cheek. A couple of movies that release around the same time, like, within a couple weeks, and you're like, oh, the Wolf Boy movie where he falls and there's a wolf. Yeah, I saw this trailer last time. It's even worse. Like when you have to see the same trailers again. Like, oh, Dark Tower. Yeah, that's going to be a movie. Yeah, I know. I just saw that.
The only good thing is you're like, okay, this is the part where he falls off the cliff, so I know there's only about 20 seconds left. Take it home. Come on, we're almost there. We're almost to the end of it. Yikes.
So what did you see?
I went and saw the Scary Nun movie called the Scary Nun. It's called The Scary Nun, and it's from the Conjuring Annabelle universe.
Is it called The Scary Nun?
It's just called The Nun.
Because I was debating going to see it if it was really called The Scary Nun.
They should just call it the Scary Nun. Happy Halloween, The Scary Nun. It's that same character from The Conjuring 2 and Annabelle Creation. They put her in Annabelle Creation in the scenes because everybody fucking loves this nun. She was so scary in Conjuring 2, and she got her own spinoff. And it was the same writer from one of the good movies that I just listed, and I think maybe even It. I think he was one of the writers.
Oh, Stephen King.
So it was Stephen King, and so I was like, okay, this will probably be pretty good because they've been nailing this lately. This whole Conjuring universe stuff. So it's not though. It's not good.
You took me. You threw me for a loop there. I'm like, okay, so this is gonna start to go in a good place. It's not.
No,
good,
I was disappointed. It's not bad. It'll get you through 90 minutes.
Okay, so it is bad. It's just not horrible, and it's not horrible enough to be entertainingly bad.
It's not bad like this. Hey, this is bad. I was just disappointed because the other movies are pretty damn good. That I was wondering how they just took the step backwards.
See, it's odd for me.
That made me say
like meh is the new bad because I have no time for meh.
When it comes to horror, and it's so difficult to pull off, at least for most people, it seems that when they don't completely shit themselves, I'm like, hey, there's some good moments in there. Like this one, it was a period piece, 1950s, some abbey, this huge castle in Romania. Ooh. So it had this gothic atmosphere, which was different. Cool.
No one's on Facebook.
Yeah.
No one's talking about, he's going to get you on Facebook in 4 days.
Except the main girl. No, except for the main girl was the main teenage girl that's in every season of American Horror Story.
Oh, right.
The little mousy one, not Emma, whatever the Bullock or whatever, but the other one. I know she's related to somebody famous. It's not Sandra Bullock's kid, but it's someone.
Someone from a show is in the movie. I got it. It's pretty clear.
No, but it's that one. American Horror Story. Her boyfriend was the shooter in that, like the first season of American Horror Story. She's in every
right.
fucking
The
season.
daughter. Yeah.
Yeah. She was like this nun. She's getting ready to be a full-time nun. She was like a trainee nun. She had to pay her dues. She had to go down to the dungeon and get stretched. But like I said, this is Romania, and there's some scenes over here in England, and this fucking girl is just like, hey, let's go to the Abbey. It's like, we're not even trying with accents. This guy's got a French accent. He's doing a thing. This guy's doing a thing. She didn't do a thing. And that bummed me out a bit. And she just looks like such a modern girl that you can put some nun clothes on her. It's not going to work for me. Not going to work for me. But I figured out after the movie, I'm sitting there going, it was all right, but why didn't it work? Why didn't it work?
Why don't you tell me, Dale? Why didn't it work?
There's two reasons why it didn't work. One, they got pretty lazy, and they did a lot of the same kind of gag, which was. I mean, there are plenty of jump scares. People say jump scares, and there were plenty of jump scares. But what they did a lot of was they had scenes where we would see the back of a nun, and we couldn't see, the face. So we're like, is that going to be a good nun? Is that going to be a scary witch ghost nun? Oh, I don't know. You can do that once, maybe twice, but every scene that there's a nun, her back was to the characters and to us, and we had to play that. Is it good? Are we going to get scared right now? And the other reason it didn't work was people love this character from Conjuring 2 and Annabelle Creation. And I think the reason why is it's very scary imagery. This nun in this modern home hallway. Like, if there's just a nun behind you right now, that's pretty weird. That's pretty scary and out of place. A nun in a church, a nun at an abbey, that's not out of place at all. That's where they belong. And so that connection wasn't there.
Like, if there was a dentist behind me right now, it would be scary. Like, why is there a dentist behind me? But if I'm at,
but when they're
drilling my teeth, I'm sitting in the chair. It's not scary.
Exactly.
I gotcha.
And it was just a little bit lazy,
Sounds like it.
which it disappointed. Like, there's a shotgun. He shoots a ghost with a shotgun. There's a ghost on fire. He's like possessed a dead body, and he just shoots a shotgun, boom, and he says a one-liner. I'm like, this isn't that type of movie.
Seem like the one-liner moment.
It had that thing. There were a couple one-liners and jokes, and they would pull that Joss Whedon shit where they would end a scene that way, because that's Joss Whedon does it all the time. It says, how do I end this scene? Well, a fucking pop culture joke, I guess. And so they would end a scene on a joke, but they weren't funny, so it just kind of into the next scene. Oh, dude, all right. So yeah, I went and I saw the Scary Nun. 90 minutes. They didn't fuck around. They didn't try to push 2 hours. There was the trailer for Halloween.
We don't talk about that anymore, right? We made.
I don't give a fuck. I'm talking about it. This is my show. This is my show. It was the second one, and I love the second trailer more than I love that first trailer. So I was because I was sitting there, and as soon as I saw that's what it was, I hit the recline button. It was like, yeah, let's get comfortable and enjoy this awesome trailer.
And it was.
There are some trailers for some other films.
I would imagine you wouldn't after seeing that, or anticipating seeing that, and then you get the payoff.
One looked good. It was called Overlord. It comes out, I think, in November. It looked like World War II, some war stuff. It was definitely World War II because they were Nazis, and so they're in the plane. He's like, man, the last 2 months ago I was cutting grass, and now I'm in war. And they jump out of the plane into the water, very scary. And this group of soldiers, they get kind of isolated near an enemy castle, because castles are scary. People are figuring that out a little late. Hammer Films nailed it. They're like
40 years ago.
And they're like, oh, there's like 200 soldiers. What are we going to do? We can't go. We can't rescue our guy. I think somebody gets taken. We can't go in. There's like, yeah, we can. The war movie. Until they get in there and there's like zombie mutants, and it's that old, the Nazis were performing experiments thing that people love.
It's like Wolfenstein, the movie.
A little bit of Wolfenstein in there. And I'll tell you, it looked good. It looked entertaining.
Anything of note?
So it's called Overlord.
This guy is in it, or you might recognize her from this.
Not a one, actually. I don't think I recognize.
I'll look for the trailer.
Because yeah, Overlord. And I went to see The Nun using my new movie subscription service called Cinemia. I used to call it Cinemia, but I watched a YouTube video on Cinemia. No, Dale, why'd you have to watch a YouTube video about Cinemia? Because I had to learn how it fucking works. I had to Google, how does Cinemia
I paid for this
work?
Thing. What does it do?
How to do? Did you have Movie Pass?
I heard all of your great reviews, and I thought about it.
I miss it. I miss it. So with Movie Pass, they give you a debit card, and you go and there's limitations. You can only see this, you can only see that. But it was a debit card. Swipe it, you're good to go. This, no card. No card. Even though their website has instructions for a card, their app has instructions for a card. And I hit up their customer support. I was like, when am I getting this card? And they're like, oh, there is no card. And I said, that's not what this is supposed to be. And they're like, oh, no. I was like, well, he's like, no, there's no card. No. And I said, well, then why do you have fucking information on your website and app how to use card? And why does it have physical, activate your physical card thing on my app? He's like, oh, that's for our older members. That when we
they're
had
old
the
and
cards.
They don't know how other things work, so we give them cards. You're not old enough.
We're cardless. It's like we might be reintroducing the cards, and you can get one of those for an extra fee. I was like, what the fuck?
You're really selling me well on this.
So it's cardless. Oh no, I'm done with this once the subscription runs out. But so here's how it works.
I can't wait.
You essentially get a credit. They'll foot the bill. And you say, I want to go see The Nun at 2:30 p.m. at Marcus Theaters. And it says, all right, thumbs up to you. Now go to one of these third-party websites and pick your seats and buy your ticket. And we'll give you the credit card information. Yeah.
What?
So I do that, and it says, yeah, Jim. I might even have the screen grab on my phone. I had to go.
You go buy them, and we'll get you back later.
Pictures. I had to go to Adam.com. I don't have it. That's John Travolta on Overwatch. I had to go to, there's AdamMovies.com and MovieTickets.com. Like you're fucking 70 years old and you're like, I'm going to get my movie tickets in advance and I'm going to do. That's how I had to do it. And they gave me like, they're going to ask for credit card information and put in this information. And so I had to do that. It gives you a confirmation number, like when you buy anything online. So then you go to the movie theater and you have to type in the confirmation number and then it spits out your ticket.
And then the movie theater says, I don't know what this is.
I was so fucking, I was ready to rage like it was the first half of a Packers game. I go up to the kiosk and, it says buy tickets, pick up tickets. I pick up tickets. It
says like scan MCL your card is one of the options.
And I typed in that confirmation code and I hit enter and it's doing the loading. And that was the most angry I've ever been in this 4 seconds while it was loading. I'm like, and then it was like, here's your ticket. I was like, all right. So you have to go through a bunch of garbage just to get these tickets. And what sucks though, it's a nightmare. And what sucks the most about it is you have to like really pre-plan this. Like if we were out for lunch and say, hey, let's go see Halloween again for the 15th time, I really couldn't. I'd have to pay out of pocket. I'd have to do it on my Cinemia app, and then I'd have to be like, hang on, like now I got to go to movietickets.com. and you don't even know what seat you're going to get because we're not at the fucking theater yet. But old Dale's got to, I have to pick my seat and essentially buy my ticket right then and there and say, I'm getting F14. Hopefully F13 or 15 is available when we get there. Otherwise, we're just not going to sit by each other. Doesn't that sound fun? What a great service, Cinemia.
Here's what it really sounds like. It sounds like they want to generate extra sales from these third-party ticket sites that they partner with. You know, like, well, I've got Cinemia. I can get this seat. Well, if you want to go with, I might as well just order your seat on this third-party ticket website so we know we got them both. And then you'll pay for that, and mine's paid for.
And here's the kicker. And you're going to laugh. There's a $1.50 extra charge to get your ticket online like that, like a little convenience charge. So on top of my Cinemia subscription, it's just like
unacceptable.
Now it said it was one time only. We'll fucking find out. We'll find out.
That sounds like bullshit.
It's
straight up.
It's the worst. And nobody, when I researched this, nobody mentioned this bullshit. They never mentioned this at all. So I think I'm done with this subscription type of stuff. If I had an AMC near me, I might do the AMC stubs.
Because at least you know you're paying AMC and getting their tickets. And
yeah, I know. Yeah, I don't have to go to the fucking go to the gas station and then go to the alley and dig a hole. And in that hole, there's going to be a lockbox. But you have to get the key to the lockbox.
Send me 3 UPCs off some Frosted Flakes in a self-addressed stamped envelope.
But I do love that the theaters are starting to get in on this. AMC, like I just said, Marcus Theater now has, what are they calling it? Passport Sunday, which is 4 movies for $20. But it is just on Sundays, and that's very limiting. But they're at least starting. They're at least trying. Hopefully, they fucking broaden that a bit.
Good, what that's good for is somebody maybe that's older or retired or something, or they can they know they don't got anything going on Sundays, and they just want to. Like, I like to go to the movies as often as possible. I'm always free on Sunday. You know what I mean? Like, if you got a busy schedule, yeah that doesn't work.
Yeah, it's been football season, because I was like, I might just do this. And then I was like, oh, football, right. There's no way. There's no way.
So, Dale.
But like I said real quick, it's worth it, the Passport Sunday, because you can see their ultra screen and stuff. So once again, you see 2 movies, it's paid for itself.
Yeah, $20 is really cheap for 4 movies.
Yeah. Like today's ticket was $14 because there's ultra screen. So even Cinemia, even though you got to go through all this bullshit, it's still worth it. It's just kind of a headache and not convenient in any way. And I sort of miss Movie Pass, having that card and just walking up and saying, swipe, give me that. I haven't seen this movie yet, so I'll be fine. Blah, blah, blah.
Movie Pass probably misses existing as well.
Are they around?
Chris in the chat earlier, he said the actor you're talking about from whatever, her sister is in The Departed from American Horror Story.
Yeah, her sister's also, I believe, in The Conjuring. She's Elizabeth Warren in the Conjuring movies. When I saw her, I was like, oh, she's going to play like the mom, because it's a period piece. So I was like, oh, she's going to be the mom, and it's going to be which they didn't do that, and they probably meant to, but I think they forgot.
Whoops.
Because Elizabeth Warren in the movies, she has visions. She has these premonitions. I see the ghost, all this kind of shit. And that's what this girl could do too. Which would make sense if she passed that ability down to her daughter. But you know what? They forgot to do that part.
You know, I run a lot lately. I've been running usually 4 miles, 5 miles every time I go out. Sometimes I try and go every day. We've been shopping at Walmart a lot lately. We got this Walmart milk. And about a week and a half or so ago, I don't really drink a ton of milk anymore. I'm sort of lactose intolerant, not officially, but, I just try and avoid it.
Yeah, messes you up a little bit.
But Chris and the boys were like having this, horrendous gastro problems. Like a lot of just really explosive gas, a lot of just terrible shits, basically.
Explosive.
So Chris said, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I'm like, you know what? Maybe it's the Walmart milk. Maybe it's that Walmart milk. Because when I was drinking milk last week, I was drinking that other half gallon that we got from the store because we needed some in a pinch. Maybe it's that Walmart milk. I like to run every day. So I drank. So last night I had 2 bowls of cereal with a lot of milk to help test this theory about the shitting. Now, usually when I have ice cream or milk and it causes me an issue, it's usually one and done. Maybe twice, maybe 2 trips, and then I'm good. Right?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So the first time I shit today was at about 6:10 in the morning, and it was very painful, but sort of, expected. Then I went about 8 more times throughout the day, and because I run every day, I'm used to eating after I run. Usually, you don't want to run on a full stomach; it's bad. So I'd been shitting all day. And then we had some spaghetti with Alfredo sauce. I mixed some Alfredo in with the tomato. So it's kind of like it's like a nice little mix of both. And some buttery bread. And I ate that before I ran today. And like I normally run 4 miles easy. No problem. At about mile 2.5, I had to call Chris. And I said, can you pick me up right now? Because I'm going to shit in my pants. I was just running in the neighborhood, and I said, you have to pick me up or I will shit in my pants. So she dropped her life. She dropped what she was doing. And then I realized, I told you the windy road, but I meant the one by the school. Please don't go to the wrong one, or I will Before I saw the car cresting the hill, I was looking at the weeds, and I thought, I'm going to have to just shit in those weeds and then just pull up, and whatever's left is left, and deal with that when I get home. I didn't want to have to do that. She got there on time, but it was a balancing act because I'm running. So I run 2 miles, turn around, and come back. So I turn around, I come back, I'm like, oh yeah, I feel it, a little bubble gut, a little bit. I shouldn't have run on a full stomach. So I slow my pace a little bit. It feels better. And then about 10 seconds, I start jogging again. Ooh, that's even worse than before. And then I start to crunch the numbers, Dale, and I realize that I could run quickly home with a 100% chance of shitting my pants. If I slowed to a walk, it felt better, but the walk would take 30 minutes to get home instead of 8 or something, which would also give me a 100% chance of shitting my pants. So I had to just give up and call Chris. And it hurt so bad holding it. Like the gas. It wasn't even like, when you have like the flu and there's just liquid shit just flying out of you. This was just more the gas. And like, I got to let a little of this gas out, but I know some shit's coming with it. And it's just building up and blowing you up inside. And it was horrible. Horrible. So I don't think I'll ever eat before I run again. Nor will I buy this Walmart milk.
Walmart milk.
It's so cheap, Dale.
Man.
Normal gallon milk, let's say it's $2.79. Walmart, $1.88. We're like, whoa, damn, okay. We've been drinking it for a while, but I read on the internet today, while I was shitting my brains out, that sometimes, it doesn't all get pasteurized, so some of it's raw and some of it isn't, and they had a recall in 2011 with some Walmart milk from around this area.
Oh, man.
Because it's all just local people around here, and they just slap a Walmart label on it, but...
Yeah, they just teed it right into a jug and put a cap on it.
Yeah, they got their pasteurization process, and they're like, yeah, we had some that didn't make it through that, and it mixed in, and some people were just shitting their brains out for a few days. It was rough. It was a rough experience. I'm glad I made it through. I don't want to be an adult and shit my pants unless I'm sick. There's been times where you're sick, you got food poisoning, you're throwing up, and can't hold that shut while that's opening, and that's different. I'm at home, I'm in pajama pants already. But to be out and about and shit your pants as an adult, I don't ever want that to happen.
Yeah, I know that it's like a crippling stomach pain. It's gross. The worst when I had that, we were at a friend's house, like in fucking Gurney, and they had lasagna. Everything was cheese based, and I was like, you know what? Let me roll them bones. Let me roll the dice.
How bad could it get?
We had to get off on every exit on the expressway on the way home. It was terrible. And we would celebrate and have like a victory. Like when she would like, should I get off on this exit? I was like, no, I can do one more. Just I can last one more exit. Like, because otherwise it was going to be a 3-hour trip for what should be a 1-hour trip. It was awful. So how many times did you make
today,
poops?
Let's see, 1, 2, probably 8. I want to say 8.
That's a lot. That's a lot. And then the night is young, and you're
I'm not
so
eating
beautiful.
Anything until tomorrow. Maybe just drink a little water.
Yeah, you seem a bit. You're doing like the slow talking. Like
I don't have not much left.
Tell me all about the Nun and Cinemia, Dale. Just what are the good trailers, huh? You just like so labored.
What hurts wasn't nice, wasn't pleasant. John's in the chat now though, and it was his birthday yesterday. He's a big Bears fan. And I said before the game started, I said, maybe for your birthday, a Packer will have a season-ending injury. And boy, did I feel bad when Aaron Rodgers looked like he may have been out for the season there.
Yeah, don't put that out into the world.
I totally did.
Listen, when we play PUBG, anyone got a 4-time scope? Never mind, I got one. You put that shit out into the world. That's the secret. We've talked about this. That's the secret. You tried to secret Aaron Rodgers' knee.
Yeah, the secret, like the book. I'm like, okay, I got it now.
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers goes down. I'm already pissed because the Packers are playing like ass. Because Mike McCarthy's like, I love my scripted 12 plays.
But there's always a chance. When you have the greatest quarterback in the NFL, there's a chance.
Yeah, once those scripted plays are done and he can fucking wheel and deal like the best that he is, yeah. But until then, it is awful. And then he goes down. The Bears' defensive line's really good. Obviously, Khalil Mack's amazing, but they have that other guy who's really talented as well. And they're just bullying him. He's like they crunched the numbers. He barely left the pocket, even when he's throwing the touchdowns in the fourth quarter. Like he couldn't move.
Yeah, he was just.
They were everywhere. Up. He was just like, I'll just do it from here. It was crazy. But so when they sack him and the guy lands on his knee, I mean, it was obviously nothing malicious, but
football.
Right on the knee, he reaches for the knee. I fucking spiked my phone. Boom. And it flew. Like I spiked it here, like, and it went towards my entertainment center and hit the glass. And I was like, that Sater company makes some good product, because if that was an IKEA, jeez, yeah, it didn't break. So upset, so frustrated and salty, because his team is Mike McCarthy. They always get off to a slow start, and it drives me crazy. So I spent a lot of the second half, halftime, and a lot of the third, just playing Overwatch with you guys, watching it in the background.
I was trying to give you some positives. I'm like, hey, well, Rodgers is back. They drove down the field and got that field goal really quickly. Like, he's Aaron Rodgers. And you're like, yeah, well, great. Yeah, a field goal. You were almost reminding me of like when Teddy started crying when the Patriots were losing against Atlanta. And he's like, oh, yeah, okay, yeah, they scored. So what? They're going to score a million points.
What, are they going to score 3 touchdown passes in the fourth quarter?
Aaron Rodgers, you never know.
Packers football brings out the worst of me, but I love it because it brings out emotions, and sometimes that's very rare. So I kind of love it, even though a lot of the times it's not the best emotion.
As soon as Rodgers went down, here's what's changed in my life. When I watch football now, I think about other people's reactions, and how they're going to feel, because I don't really feel much. I was excited. It was cool to see the Bears' defensive line be good. That was neat. But as soon as Rodgers went down, I was like, oh, Dale. It's like, oh, okay. And I knew like my Facebook would have been blowing up with Bears fans like, yeah, fuck him. But I was like, oh, Dale, not like this. You poor guy. You care so much more than I do.
Yeah, because it didn't look like that bad. Like, it wasn't great, but you know how it is. The ones that don't look too terrible are the ones that you're done for 16 months. So, yeah, but he fucking comes back out at halftime smiling. When I saw that smile, I was like, all right, unfortunately, are you going to be able to – is the defense going to be able to keep them from scoring? And the defense, they only allowed 6 in the second half and 16 total in the game, which is pretty good for an opener. And that there's some sloppy play to allow 16 points with it. That's I'll take that.
You need to score more than 2 touchdowns to beat Aaron Rodgers. That's what I came away with. Yeah. Your offense needs to do more than 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. But the Bears, they still look good. That defense is going to be frustrating. And the Packers look good. Yeah.
It was I don't know. It was so nerve-wracking after they won. So it was really entertaining not watching the end of the game, but just hearing you watch it. And you're like, "Oh yeah, one more play. They got this. They got this. As long as Clay Matthews doesn't do something stupid." And then it's like, Clay Matthews did something stupid. And then you're like, third and long. They could do it. Maybe. You never. Okay, hold on. And then when they won, I heard you jump for joy. But then you were gone. You just disappeared. And we all thought like, I even said this in the chat in Overwatch. I said, wouldn't it be something if this made him so happy that he died? He died after the first game of the season because he was so happy. And then you were talking about buying your 1-0 hat from GreenBayPackers.com.
No, the sideline hats, man. The sideline hats look good.
But if you heard Dale, it sounded like when your team just wins the Super Bowl and you're like, I'm buying all of it. He's like, let me look at these hats. Give me that hat. Put it in the cart. $40. I don't care.
It was like $37 for a fucking hat.
You're like, I want it.
Yeah, that should be here.
Oh, you really
Friday.
Bought it?
I'll wear it. I'll wear it on the next show.
Does it say 1-0 on it?
I'll have to stitch that out myself.
Just get like a little flippy like Rolodex thing. 1-0, 2-0.
Yeah.
But the O's got to be stitched in because you're confident.
Yeah, that's the one. Oh shit! So yeah, football is back, and that was the Sunday nighter. That was a good way to end a day of football. They had that new rule: you can't lower your helmet, and that was a big bullshit in preseason. It didn't really impact too many games or come up at all, really, in week 1. So it's nice to have football back. I know they're mushing their brains, but hey,
it happens.
I'm not doing it.
Someone's got to mush brains.
So, if John's in chat, John's a Witcher fan, isn't he? Some interesting news coming out of the Witcher television series. The big one being that they cast Geralt, the main character. And it's going to be, we talked about potential candidates. It's one of those guys, the big dog himself, Henry Cavill.
Who is
Superman? Superman is going to be Geralt, and that's good. We talk close though. We talked about why he's a movie star. He's going to have a lot of pull. He's not going to let him fuck it up. But then you get this other casting news, which a lot of people aren't too happy with because they're looking to cast a person of color for the role of Ciri, who's as white as they come, and is an iconic look, as iconic as Geralt himself. Like, you don't really don't mess that up. Try to copy and paste that shit from the games and the books and shit onto the screen as much as you can. Now the series itself, it's like an Eastern European kind of vibe, so everybody's fucking white, and I get like adding some variety to some of these roles. I understand that, but not those two. Don't fuck around with that. So that's got a lot of people a bit upset, annoyed, because we're at the early stages. Is this going to be good? Is this going to be the Scary Nun? We don't know yet. Okay, they got Superman. That's pretty good, but now they want a Siri that doesn't look like Siri, and that's not gonna. That's not.
They should have gone for like a.
So we'll see if it
Rosanna
comes
Arquette.
to. So we'll see what comes of that, because this is what I was talking about. Henry Cavill stepping in saying, "You're making a mistake. I'm Superman. I'm going to save the day." Hopefully, he steps up and saves the day here, because it's just don't do any other roles, you guys. Any other roles? Don't, not the main two, please.
Does Geralt do a lot of steroids?
Geralt, no. So he's gonna have to turn those traps down, man. God, he was looking fucking tasty in Tom's new movie. He was walking down the hall with a briefcase. I was like, I want to be that briefcase.
Oh yeah, you do.
Carry me, Henry.
You want to be what's
me
inside that briefcase.
So that's what's coming out Witcher territory there. Packers versus Bears. We talked about that. I'm still riding that high. I was watching ESPN all night, and they're just slurping Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers was fucking blasted on painkillers. His interviews after the game, he's just like hearing colors and shit. He was fucking gone. He's just like, yeah, we ran some tests. I told them we were gonna play, and fucking gone. So they gave him some of that good stuff to win that game in the fourth quarter.
What do you think? Now that you've seen that, obviously it wasn't like he blew his ACL out or something, because that would be like your whole knee swells up even if you don't feel the pain. But there was talk on the broadcast, like, if the Bears go up another touchdown, do you even bother risking bringing him back in? But from the way he played, it seemed to me like he was going to go back in regardless. Like he felt good enough to play.
Well, yeah, they probably would have done it, and if they scored, they would have had to go to their emergency quarterback, which was Randall Cobb, and that would have been fucking hilarious. At that point, like, they literally swung it, because I think it's ESPN on a game tracker. If you have to follow the game online because your cable's out, it has a fucking percentage of your team's odds of winning. At that point, it had to have been like a 4% chance of the Packers winning. And then when that motherfucker stepped back onto the field, everything changed. Obviously, they were scoring more. And
would it go up to like a 66 and 2/3 chance percent?
Yeah. No simpy for the Bears there. But yeah, I think if they would have scored, just fucking bench them. But at that point, it was such a Hail Mary anyway. You might as well just stick with it until you shouldn't stick with it. But it didn't really come up, so it's kind of moot. But I honestly, I would have loved to have seen the emergency quarterback in there, because it was such a shit show of a game at that point for me and Packers in general. It's like, let's just go all out, burn it to the fucking ground.
Hey, call Seneca Wallace up. What's he doing?
Yeah, fucking backup comes in, throws a pick six to Khalil Mack. Fucking hell. The game could have been almost a blowout in the Packers' favor had he not even done that. Just punt it. He's just like, I'm scared. And Khalil Mack's like, I'm the greatest. My ball. That dude's a beast. And on Cobb's 75-yard touchdown, which was just like a little dink, and then he runs away because he's really fast. Khalil Mack is right on his ass the whole time. The guy's like 260 pounds, and he's earning his money. He earned his money, and he's going to be a pain in the ass for many years.
When I saw him catch that ball, I thought, they're going to catch him. And I saw him take off, and I was like, I don't think they're going to catch him. That's kind of nuts.
Yeah. I like Devontae Adams, wide receiver, as Mack was just about getting to the end zone. Adams was right behind him, and he was going to try to steal it or do something. Like, he wasn't going to try to tackle him. He was going for a yoink, which is awesome. Did you see the Khalil Mack play where he stole the ball from that quarterback?
He just grabbed it. He's like, give me that. Give me that ball.
He just took it. He just took it. Like you take like a gun that, my child found my pistol, and you just grab it. He's like, that.
The first thing
mine.
that popped in my head was, give me that ball, Joe.
Give me that shit. Crazy game. Fishing derby. did my local fishing derby this Saturday, and
Didn't lead off the show.
I'm just gonna lead with
so
it. Yeah, I didn't win the derby, but the judge's friend won, so that's
I like that angle. I like that
that's
angle.
fun. That's convenience. It was. I started to figure it out about halfway. I was like, why is one of the judges here, really hanging out with that group of people? And I was like, oh, they're obviously friends. Interesting. She's probably going to win, and she did. And the other thing, two other things, because I don't care about the losing, but it's how it happened. You catch a fish, and you're like, all right, fish, you need to measure this, please. I had to walk to them. I had to walk over to this fun group of judge friends just to have my fucking fish measured, which when you're catching bluegill, you catch a lot of them. So this easily cut 10 plus minutes off of my day of fishing, because every time I had to fucking go over there. And you know what this motherfucker says? I hold the fish up and he gets his ruler. You know what he says? It's about 6 inches. It's about 7.
You have a ruler. You can't tell exactly how big it is.
Yeah. So I'm walking back,
how much
and I'm
gas
just like,
is in that
I think
plane?
I'm about to lose.
But it's about 3/4 full, I would say.
Yeah. So I saw the writing on the wall, and then at the end, she wins. And I was like I said, she was kind of close. She wasn't catching a lot of fish. I mean, you only really have to catch one, and one big one. By the way, who does biggest panfish for the win?
Isn't it usually most?
It's usually most,
because panfish generally aren't very big.
Yeah, they're all around the same size usually. So that. I'll tell you what, the Rolling Hills Recreation Center is just at it again. They're just in fucking top-notch form. These motherfuckers. And I saw the mean old man and the fucking mean lady, and I was like, jeez.
Hell.
I forgot it's you people. So, but I caught a lot of fish. I caught an 11-inch bass on accident. I'm out there slaying. I'm catching bass on accident.
I can put this in a pan. Don't judge me.
Like I said, halfway I started figuring it out, and I was like, should I just start going for bass? Because I think they're actually going to measure the bass. I think they're going to fucking look, no, about 6, about 7. Garbage.
I'd say it's between 4 and 8 inches right there.
And here's the best part. I'm like, I might win. Dale, you're being paranoid. Don't be so cynical. If you had the biggest fish, you had the biggest fish, and you'll win. So it's over. Do the horn. Everybody goes up there, and there's 3 winners: bass, catfish, and panfish. He's like, okay, we need Rick, we need Molly, and we need Dale. And I was like, I know that guy. I'm Dale. And so I go over there, and I'm standing there handing out the plaques. She gets a plaque. He gets a plaque. He gets a plaque, and I'm like, there's only 3 plaques, and he didn't just hand me one. I'm standing over here like in the winner's circle. So I go over and ask Leah. I'm like, hey, mean lady from the rec center. Yeah, you. What were those names again? And she was like, Dale Rogerson. And I was like, let's say the last name when you're fucking telling people who won.
There's not usually a lot of Dales. I'm sorry.
I won last year, woman.
Oh, I love tossing you those just softball.
Yes.
How do you not remember the returning champion's name? Champ. Oh God.
So yeah, just when I couldn't get more frustrated with the event and on a whole, she went and did that, and so I walk back, just going for the whole 10-minute walk home. I'm just going just fucking fuming.
Carrying your little rod over your shoulder like you're a hillbilly. Walking
just
on the side of the street
down
with a fishing rod. Hey, where you going, buddy? I'll just bring this with me, You never know when you're going to need to eat something. I might need to eat a little fish. You
I
never
like this
know.
character.
I might get a little hungry and then need to catch a little fish and eat it.
He's like a charming southerner?
Yeah, but looks horrible. He's got a ball cap on that's tattered and a crazy 5 o'clock shadow, and he smells like like, when you ever go to the dollar store and you could smell that old person that can't take a shower anymore, they can't reach. It smells like that.
Oh yeah.
It smells like fish and chips or something gone bad. You know the smell.
So I'm leaving the theater. I'm leaving the ultra screen theater, and I'm in the corridor, and I see this old man in a cane. God damn it, Jim!
Cane?
It was you.
Oh,
he was in a cane. He had a cane. He was in a different theater. He had a cane, and Jim, it's all coming to me now. It's you. It was you in the future, because he's hightailing it, and I'm like, I want to be like, if I make it to 80 and I don't off myself at 60, which is the plan, I want to be this guy. I want to go see movies. I want to have a little pep to my step. And then I saw what he was doing with his other hand,
jerking off.
The hand that he was jerking off right there, and no. In one hand he had the cane. He was going.
She's gonna blow.
In the other hand, he was doing a Jim Snedeker Jr. and he had that hand and he was pinching his butt cheeks together as he was trying to get to the bathroom as fast as he could. Now I understand. Like, I might, have an issue here. Does that help? Like, I'm going to physically put my hand there. Because that's embarrassing too. Not that he cares. He's 90.
Shut, I would imagine some's already come out, and you're just trying to do damage control at that point, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Something already leaked out. And he's like, oh boy, gotta keep that in there.
He shitted.
I pooped my pants.
So yeah, that was the scariest part of my movie going experience.
Shit right in my pants.
Call of Duty, Black Ops 4. We talked about how I pre-ordered it, played the beta.
Ribbing me, but you weren't.
Yeah, you thought I was joking. I wasn't. I pre-ordered it, and then I unpre-ordered it. Wasn't really feeling the beta. I was like, it's a lot of fast-paced, real non-play, not a lot of skill or strategy involved. I was like, it's not really for me. I know they have a Battle Royale mode coming out. Battlefield's going to have a Battle Royale mode coming out, which is neat that the AAA guys are coming out with, their PUBG. A little late to the party, the whole genre is kind of getting a little stale there, but, why not? Today, closed beta for Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Blackout, which I think is what they're calling their Battle Royale, Blackout. So I said, okay, let me watch these streamers. They're playing Call of Duty Battle Royale. And it looked amazing. It looked like what PUBG should have always been. And I'm watching streamers, and streamers in general are real fucking douchebag, whiny bitches. And they're going crazy for it. Like, everything that PUBG was doing wrong, this game was nailing. Obviously, it's a AAA company, so a lot of money and effort has gone into it. It looks like the real deal, and I might have to get it now. It comes out in October, so I have time, or November. It looked maybe Sandhawk sized.
Okay.
It was small, but not too small, and it certainly wasn't too big. That didn't seem to be an issue or come into play in a negative way in any fashion. It was 80. I think it's 80. Which seemed like a pretty good number.
Do you still have to find weapons and everything, or do you come with it some?
You do, but here's one of the many little tweaks and differences was super cool. Sometimes you'll pick up a gun and it's already kitted.
Oh, that makes sense.
Or it's like half kitted. Like it's not just bare bones. Sometimes it is. So that was one of the many little tweaks that people said, yeah, we should have been doing this from the get-go. Looks good. I'll probably watch more streams of it. It's on PS4, so all these fucking PC guys are like, ooh. But even that's not really, dampening the mood to things. So Call of Duty, Black Ops 4, their Blackout Battle Royale mode looks to be the real deal. We'll see what Battlefield 5 has to offer in that regard in a couple more months, because they fucking delayed their game. Their beta was shit. I was playing Battlefield 5 beta.
Right?
Yeah.
So it would be a World War II Battle Royale.
You
would think
so
like
those
slightly
types of guns and stuff.
Vibe.
Yeah. And it was like a dream game watching this. They get in a helicopter and it was so smooth. The vehicle up and, flying helicopter stuff. So one guy's flying it, obviously, and his buddy's in the back trying to shoot down at some guys. And the guy's down there trying to shoot back and hiding and stuff. And
in the Battle Royale?
Real deal.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so real deal there.
Interesting. I kind of want to
crazy.
Watch that now.
Yeah, I definitely suggest it. There's some good gameplay videos out there already. I was watching a guy's stream today. I think Mike was playing a little bit, but I was watching mostly guys. Oh, Dr. Disrespect, I call him guy. So video games, man, they're back.
They left. They were gone for a while. They're getting hot again.
Pac-Man ate them.
They're getting hot. I hear there's this new game coming out. It's called Mario.
He's super this time.
So would you say that Battle Royale is going to be a permanent thing now? You know how first-person shooter was sort of a novel thing around Doom, Quake. It was like, yeah, there's some games that look like that. And now it's just like, no, there's a million games that work like this. And then you had like the arena deathmatch type games like Quake 3 and Unreal Tournament. It's where that's just a thing. Like multiplayer deathmatch is just it's part of the game. You've got to have it.
Yeah, I think it's going to be around forever, just like deathmatch and control points are around. I think it's just going to be here. Obviously, right now, with Fortnite and PUBG and now these guys, like it's as big as it's ever been. I think that will go down a bit, and there's going to be a clear winner, maybe two. It's like with the Movie Pass. It's like, this is a great idea. Some people aren't doing it great, and somebody's going to fucking win this war. And it might be one of these AAA companies, Treyarch or whatever, with the Call of Duty. I don't think it's going to be Battlefield 5. If that beta is anything to go by, I don't think it's going to be those folks at all. If PUBG gets its shit together, it might always still be around. But yeah, it's definitely going to be a staple. They're always going to be around, always in the Steam store. Somebody else is always going to come out every 6 months. Here's our spin on it. There's fucking dinosaurs. Okay.
I feel like it was something that people thought about a lot, and it just wasn't feasible. Like computers couldn't handle those draw distances. And maybe now the hardware's caught up, or they figured out a way to sort of cheat around it somehow, because now you've got, what are the biggest games right now? Fortnite, PUBG to a lesser extent, but now you're talking about AAA titles are sort of like, okay, I guess we got to do this now. It seems like it's just a thing. Like if you make a first-person shooter or some type of game, you're gonna have to have a mode like this. It's really intense. So. Like when everything's riding on, there are 40 teams of duos or 50 teams of duos fighting each other, and you're thinking there are a lot of people are going to come in last place. Like there's one winner here, and that's it.
Yeah. This one looked fun, smooth, fast. There was it crashed a couple times, but it's PS4 in beta, so, but no issues with lag or desync or I shot him 500 times, I shot him 6 times. Like there wasn't even that much bitching by streamers, which is rare. Look good, hopping in the vehicles, even the terrain. Like you look at a Miramar and it's just a lot of nothing. And like this map that they have, there are areas where there's no buildings, but there are so many deliberately placed objects and rocks that there's always cover not too far. It's just very well put together. And one thing they did that's cute, and I'm not a big Call of Duty franchise guy, like I couldn't name all the maps and stuff, but they have a lot of their classic maps like dropped in certain spots of their big map here.
Town or so something is in the commercial.
Yeah, so some of that's there. So you can drop it, your favorite thing from Modern Warfare, stuff like that. Just clever, just well done. And PUBG's, I wonder what they're thinking today. Because this shit came out today and everyone's going crazy for it, and
I think
rightfully so.
PUBG's probably saying, we made a lot of money. You know, I don't know. Like maybe maybe the game goes down to $10 or something on Steam, and it's like, well, yeah, but it's $10. Sure, it certainly plays like about $12 tops at times.
And people always play it just like people still play, Team Fortress 2. Like it'll always have an audience.
But I think because it was there so early, and it was just like, it wasn't expensive. It's always going to be around, whereas you're going to need to buy Black Ops 5 next year or 2 years from now because Call of Duty Modern Warfare 8 will be out next year, and then Attack of the Clones will be out the year after, and then Black Ops 12. Like every year you got to buy a Call of Duty. You can't keep playing this Black Ops 4. It's going to go away when Black Ops 5 comes out. And that's probably not going to happen with PUBG, Counter-Strike, that type of thing.
Yeah, and that'll be interesting to see what they do with the Call of Duty one, because, like I said, I played the beta a couple weeks ago, and it was your standard modes, your standard Call of Duty modes. This, I wouldn't say it's an afterthought, but it wasn't really one of their main selling points to a degree. So how much effort is it going to get in updates? Is there going to be a second map? Or is it like, this is just it? This is like mode number 3. If you either play mode number 3 or don't play mode number 3, we can do for you. So it'll be interesting to see the upkeep that happens to it, if at all, and how long the popularity of it lasts. But the fact that it's so smooth and it does everything you want it to do when you're controlling it, I think people are gonna be there no matter what. I think they just took a huge blow at PUBG with this. Huge blow. Like you said, I don't think they really give a shit. But as far as like what our friends are going to be playing and stuff, I think it might be Call of Duty 2018. Who knew?
I wouldn't have guessed. I don't have any friends that play Call of Duty, really. Not anymore. Whereas all of my friends used to play Call of Duty. That's how I met some people. Was through Modern Warfare 1.
Some games do this where they'll give you the option to just buy that certain mode. I wonder if they'll do that. Probably not, because they want all of your money. But that would have been nice, because it's like, I don't care about your control points and your capture the flag. I'm not going to play it. Just give me that.
Yeah, they know they're going to get your money. I heard somebody, I work at a school, one of these kids was talking about pre-ordering the $100 version of 2K. And I'm like, 2K comes out every year. How could you possibly spend $100 on a game that you're not going to play in 364 days? It's going to be obsolete, and you're going to want to buy the new 2K. He's like, I know, but man, it's cool. I pre-ordered it. I'm like, oh, okie dokie. So those people keep buying the call. Yeah. If people weren't buying those games, they wouldn't just keep coming out. That's just how it goes.
Yeah, see, now you got me concerned because I don't know the normal release schedule of Call of Duty. I know they come out somewhat regularly, but I hope there's at least a 2-year. Give me 2 years.
I think it's like
I don't
2 years
between
that subtitle of Call of Duty. Like there's not a Black Ops every year. This is Black Ops 4.
Yeah, there's a.
But I think it's like every 2 years, every 3 years maybe for the one version, and then they have Advanced Warfare and what was the other one
World
that was
War.
Everyone said was horrible. It wasn't Black Ops. Ghost? Yeah. Whew, man. So yeah, there's a Call of Duty pretty much every year, but it's not going to be a Black Ops. But how long? 2 years?
Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to get my hands on it. I think it comes out October, November, one of those. Not too far. Any plugs,
I
Jim?
don't have any plugs.
Practice?
Yeah, I got practice tomorrow. Supposedly.
It's got practice.
We'll see.
All right. I don't have plugs. Follow me on Instagram.
I should have a plug.
Dale's Water. Don't.
You know what I'm saying? Keep me plugged up. But I don't.
Thanks for listening and watching. This is episode 36. I'm Cleo Mac.
I'm Laurie Strode.